let's get right on into this toy hunt here at the toy department. The toy department is located in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they are just wall to wall of all these good toys. We're going to start off here in the superhero section. They're Marvel Legends, and boy, let me tell you, they have a ton of great Marvel Legends. This whole back wall here is just absolutely full of them. If you're looking for any of them, I would highly recommend you check out the toy department because they had a really good selection. And not just your common figures, they also had some figures that you don't get to see very often nowadays too. Here is a case that I thoroughly enjoyed checking out. I just love the Kenner Superpowers and the Secret Wars line that they have. Something about those toys, while I'm not a huge collector of them, they just, I think, have a great toy style. And it was really cool to check these out and see some of their custom figures even they had for sale too. Funko Pop collectors would not have been disappointed either. They had this whole back wall here just filled with Funko Pops. Funko Pops are something that I collect, but not a completist at all on. I get a few here and there of the ones that I really like, but for the most part, I just enjoy looking at them and checking them out. If you get really into the Funko Pops, and it's something that you really love, let me know down in the comment section what it is about that style that gets you into it. Is it the cutesiness? Is it the vinyl style? What is it? Let me know. Their wrestling section was just another well-stocked section. This was my first time coming to the toy department, and they had section after section just filled with great things. Here was their display case. They had lots of cool belts. They had lots of great elite figures, but they also had what I really like, the LJN big rubber figures, and they had some of the hardest to get figures from that line. Like right there, guys, they had the Ultimate Warrior. I really would like to get an Ultimate Warrior someday, just like I'd like to pick up a Macho Man and Macho Man's wife. But, you know, that's just something, like, I'm not huge into that line. It's just something I pick up if I find a great deal. So, you know, I'm going to pass for now. But those rare figures, guys, if you're looking for them, they're here at the toy department. If you're familiar with the channel, then you know I love a good playset. And they had a whole bunch of them right here. And they even had a Golden Girls one, which is like a Masters of the Universe He-Man bootleg line they did, kind of based off of She-Ra. And I didn't even know they made a Golden Girls playset, but they had it in the box. And it's very cool to get to check out and learn some new things about toys. And here we have one of the most talked about toy lines right now, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. They had a bunch of the retro figures out, which was very cool to see. I also really was digging the 3 3/4 inch ones there, as well as they had the classics. They also had some Thundercats sprinkled on in here, but the display case for the Masters of the Universe figures was what I like checked out. I love seeing the vintage figures. I really like this style of figure. While it's not something that I collect a whole bunch of, I have a few in my collection of ones that I like, and I was able to find out and about while I was toy hunting. But just being able to check them out is really awesome. Like right here, guys, they had the Astro Remote Monster. They had a bunch of other cool figures. Taking out these cases is really fun. In the back there, you'll see some carded Remco bootlegs, as well as some TMNT and Thundercats just mixed in here for good measure. They also had a top-notch Lego cabinet. Lego is a line that I have been playing with and collecting since I was a kid. It's always cool to check them out. While I don't go into the vintage set myself personally, it's really cool getting to check those out and learn what all they made in the past too. Now here we had my personal favorite cabinet, the Prototypes cabinet. They had a bunch of different prototypes from different lines, be it starting lineup, Alien, Indiana Jones, Thundercats, Star Wars. They had a little bit of it all. And, I've talked about prototypes on here before. I think they are so cool to just have a couple in your collection. I know they can be very expensive. They can be very hard to find. But just to have that piece of history, that thing that went into making all those other toys, without a prototype, all the toys that we love and collect, all the regular ones, they wouldn't exist. That prototype is a piece of art and a piece of toy collecting history. And I just love being able to check those out and appreciate them. If you're the type of person that likes to dig through the pegs and find a figure on there, then my lord, you guys are set. Almost all 4 walls in there were just packed. They had every toy line imaginable. They had the Black Series, you can see right here, and a ton of cool Star Wars Black Series figures. They had vintage collection. They had a whole back wall of Star Wars. They had Power Rangers. They had Transformers. They had this, that, the other thing. Thundercats, He-Man, everything imaginable out there. And I mean, it's awesome. Literally, this whole back wall is Star Wars. If you're a modern Star Wars collector, this whole section right here, guys, is for you. I had a great time getting to look through there as much as I could. I was on a limited time schedule, unfortunately, so I had to make it quick, but it was very cool to see. Here we had a cabinet just full of some odds and ends. It had some Buck Rogers, it had some Black Hole, it had just a little bit of all the random toy lines. Even had some GoBots stuck in here. Battlestar Galactica, and of course a figure that I'm really wanting. They had the 10 or 12-inch Alien. That's something I would love to pick up and make a video on for you guys. It's very expensive and very hard to find. Right now on my collecting budget, I can't afford to swing that just for a video. Even though it'd be a really cool piece to have in the collection. We're going to hold off and see if we can find that for a deal sometime, because I have a great idea for a video on that planned for you someday. The Transformers cabinets were very well stocked, and I'll say it once and say it again. Transformers is a great line of toys. I love the ability to, just have 2 toys in one, or even more sometimes with Transformers, and the detail that some of the Transformers have put into them is great. Now into my favorite cases. You can see right there they have the Clone Wars Mandalorian multi-pack up there. They have some very high-end Black Series, and just a lot of cool things like that Graded Revan. Whenever I get to check out other Star Wars toys, even ones that are, I'm not going to be picking up, I just really like to be able to appreciate them and check them out. Something that you don't always get to see is just something cool to see. That's one of the great things about going to these places, going to toy stores, going to toy shows. Even if it's something that you can't afford right now to collect, even if it's something that maybe, for instance, you don't collect, just being able to go check them out and see what they made, see the craftsmanship, see the different lines, see how they're packaged is really cool. Here they have their vintage. I mean, they had a bunch of cool vintage, be it proof cards, carded. They even had a vinyl Cape Jawa. I mean, just to be able to go in and see this stuff. Yes, these are, my bread and butter, the things that I love to collect. But even if it's not something that you're mainly into collecting, just going and seeing it is so much fun. Like me with the Transformers. I don't collect Transformers, but I like to go look at them. I like to check them out, see what all they made. And it's just a fun time at these stores and shows. Highly recommend, if you ever get the opportunity, go check out the toy department. Go check out your local toy store, your local vintage shop. And it's just a great time to have. Now, as I had a great time here, I loved it. There's only one major problem that we ran into, and that is that the toy department does not have a public restroom. So, if you go there, plan accordingly. I could have been there all day and enjoyed it. It was awesome. But I was with a buddy, and he had to use the restroom, so we had to, cut our time a little bit short. I can't wait till my next trip there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and may the force be with you.